What's going on, peoples, yo? Anyways, man, it's been a minute, and I just got this thought. I've had this thought for the longest and shit, you know what I mean? And I've said it before, and I'm gonna try to see if maybe since time passed by, I put it in a better way, you know what I mean? Try to make it short as possible, though. But either way, yo, check this out, yo. We know we living. We know we seeing things that are happening. You know, we was taught to believe a certain way as we was coming up in the upbringing of this society, right? And then we're being thrown into the midst of adulthood after we've grown up and seen the things from what we taught from school and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I done come to realize that if that was true, everything that we've learned in school we could have applied at the current moment, which is basically not true and shit, you know what I mean? So with all that's been taught to us and shit, do we know what's the truth in reality? Like, can you say that this is true or this is not true? In regards of an individual being a person, what makes a person? You know what I mean? What is a thought? What is a soul? You know what I mean? Like all that. Okay. If we are living in a third dimensional world, which is physical, right? And we see the physical body for what it is, and we are a fourth dimensional entity or soul before physical, you know what I mean? Energy field and shit, you know. So is it possible that we're actually asleep right now when we open our eyes? Because it's been said before, you know what I mean? There's been said before in the past and shit. People said stuff like that, but because back in the days, people wasn't having the consciousness of what they have at the current moment. And I'm not saying everybody is fully awake about things, but some people are looking for the truth of light and they're getting it. But a lot of people got their shit about light misunderstood. Like, what the fuck does that mean? The light. The light is the information that's the source of the universe. You understand? The light is the truth of everything, you know. Darkness and light, you know. That's where it originate. With the light becomes life, you know. Darkness, you can't have much with darkness. Even though with darkness, there's still an existence of a life, you know what I mean? But what type of entity would that shit be, you know what I mean? Regardless of what. At the end of the day, if we're living in those types of aspects, right? Is it possible that this third dimensional realm, which is called Earth, is not really as round as they say? Huh? Is it really not as round? Because maybe it's oval in a plane with some type of a atmosphere. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure this out as much as everybody else is too, you know. Because the thing about life is that if we don't know where we going, we don't know where we at. And if we don't know where we at, that means we don't know where we're from. So it's all interconnecting with each other, you know? Everybody's out here talking about, there's no way that there's life outside of this planet. Then you got NASA now confirming that within the next 20 years, we're going to know that there is life outside of Earth. And they're within our universe. Well, you know, should I say, within our solar universe. You know what I mean? Like the sun, Jupiter, Neptune, Pluto, within that vicinity of interplanetary bodies and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because if we really understand what's going on, yo, we really know that there's more to it than what it is. We watch all these movies. We realize that they done predicted the future through programming. You know what I mean? And it's not a prediction. It's a push of the manifestations within the way they drive us within society, with religion. So if these people has been doing this for the longest, and we already know that there is some type of hidden agenda going on, and if we see the truth of what it is, everybody's going to be like, God damn, everything that they did to us was to pin us against each other, you know. We're at that point of evolution that we have a brain and we see and we can communicate with social media and shit, but social media is being flipped to be something else, to glamorize the life of something that they're not, you know what I mean? To emulate something through the projection of a screen to make you think and want to be more than what it is. So they put all this distraction out there with TV and sports and shit like that, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, remember, it's just a physical world that we're living in, and at the end of this life cycle, we will die on a physical plane, but on an energetic level, we never do. You know what I mean? So, what the fuck does that mean? You know? I believe what that means is that if we don't take advantage of what's happening at the current moment, because this planet shouldn't not have been like this, but because it is, the direction that have been taken with the souls that have been coming into this earth within the past couple of fucking centuries and shit is coming into the existence of a change of the way of society being how you say, those are in power who has been misleading us. And once again, we're on an uprise on a little level right now. But majority of the countries out there are going through their own transitions of problems and stuff like that. And here on America is everybody's like, I can't fuck with the national anthem, but next thing you know, they want to rock shit that has the flag on. I don't understand that logic and shit. You know what I mean? You know, people out here, the fucking president go and do one thing and shit. You know, the media puts something else. Everybody wants to hate this man for what he said, supposedly, but now all of a sudden, it shows that he wasn't the type of person that he is. But still, people still want to see this thing that's over their eyes and be like, no, this is what's going on. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, that's not what it is. All I'm saying is that on a physical level, on a spiritual level, this is not what life is supposed to be intended. You know what I mean? And also, the stars out there, what is a star? What is a planet? We're in those ages, man, that we know that there's things out there and there's always been life out there. We can't be gullible to believe that this is the only earth. And if you've been on a plane, you could see with yourself. Depending on the furthest that you've been in, you know what I mean? If you go for long distance, you can see like, all right, dude, where's the curve at? You know what I mean? Okay, but since we're constantly in a curve motion, we can't tell. So if that's the case, we could constantly be knowing that when we feel the goddamn plane, when it's going up and down, why is it that we can't tell that it's going in a curve and shit? It always feels like it's going on straight, you know what I mean? Anyways, you know, I'm just talking about in general shit, you know, with the earth, with the planet, with the energy that we are, you know, just like everything is out there, it's all the same with this planet. I believe we are living in a cell, and we are the energetic fields of mitochondria going back and forth within each other and shit, passing information and making this cell fucking grow, depending on how we evolve as a species of collective beings, as an energetic field. Are we able to push out, or are we going to be sucked in and have those that's been in control still have us under control? You know what I mean? But it is what it is, people. It's just a thought. It's not a rant. It's a thought. I wonder who else thinks like this. I spoke about a couple of different things. But if you really look at it in a bigger picture, to me, in my opinion, it's all connected. It's all connected. So it's just a thought, people. I like to open up more of these types of discussions and speak to individuals and stuff like that, because the only way that we're able to grow as a species is networking, you know what I mean? And if we network, we're able to communicate with each other and get along with each other instead of trying to be better than the next one. You know what I mean? Life is not supposed to be like that. I'm not supposed to be going up against you and be like, yeah, we're going for the same fucking dream, but I'm going to get there before you. I'm going to knock your ass down as possible as soon as I can, you know what I mean? Because I'm the only one on top. Nah, man, we could all eat. We could all fucking flourish, you know what I mean? Let's all flourish together, yo. I have this type of concept of mind and shit for a reason. If you ever think about these types of things, let's talk. Let's do this, you know what I mean? Let's grow as a fucking being. A collective being, you know, because at the end of the day, we all in this field. Look at those fucking cars at the motherfucking, how you call that shit, at the fairs and shit, the bumper cars. You see how they're all connected? They're all touching within themselves with the electrical grid. Just imagine, that's how we react, you know? We all standing on ground getting hit by the sun with that vitamin D, you know what I mean? Anyways, people, be easy, yo. Just a thought. Kind of long thought.